Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is that time again. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks broadcast. I'm back off of my hiatus on this wonderful October 28th. Well, like always, we're going to do our due diligence and make sure that this information gets out to everyone. This is coming out live to the White Rose Community Television viewership, as well as this is going out to Facebook. And then, there I go. I sound very, very wonderful. And also going out to TikTok. Shout out to all my TikTok subscribers and followers out there. Tremendous support. I got something for you all. We're going to have a Ptah's mailbag today. But before I do that, make sure I send this on out to all the individuals there on Facebook land. So go ahead and take this time right now. Go ahead and grab a pen and pad. I got some wonderful ideas that I want to hit you all with, some jewels I want to get everybody situated with. And then I'll be going into some of the Ptah Shakur questions and things of that nature. So, without further ado, Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ptah Shakur. This is Ptah Shakur Speaks program. Like I said, going out the White Rose Community Television. But before we get into the Ptah's mailbag, as you can see, I'm in my Zen state. I'm a nice, relaxing place. I get a lot of questions on ptahshakur@gmail.com as far as meditation. We find out today that we have quite a bit of influences that can take us out of our peace of mind. However, let not your heart be troubled. We're moving into a portion of time that is very, very super wonderfully charged. This is written about in all your scriptures and your scrolls. Talking about the time, the Christ consciousness, which is here and clearly present. The return of the Mahdi, return of the Messiah, all those type of things. Go ahead and get your revelation, get your Bibles out. That's pretty much the crust of what's going on. And so I see myself, I am a Reiki practitioner. I am a transformational life coach channel, spirit guide, and I'm looking to share that a bit of information for everybody. So, if you're listening right now, you're in the upper track. Shout out to you. I'll give you my star seed salute. You already know that you are God, divine being, and you do your due diligence to make sure that you spread that love and light energy with everybody that's a reflection of you, a.k.a. your fellow human beings. Pause. Got to make sure everything gets fully understood. So, I'll say that again. So, those that are on the upper track, these are individuals that understand that they encapsulate the divine energy. And so they do their very due diligence to make sure that we are actually raising with the consciousness of the planet, which is raising as well. Please pay attention what you see going on in the news. If anybody that knows, been following me for any portion of time, like I said, go ahead and check me out there on Ptah Shakur. That's how you spell it, Ptah, Utah with a P, Shakur like Tupac. And so you can see the plethora of videos that I've already posted dealing with this current change that we're going in. Yes, I'm talking about those earthquakes. Talking about the hurricanes, at least some of the natural ones. Ooh, we'll have fun today. As well as talking about this different transformational changes that are going on in every animate, inanimate object. So if you're listening at home right now and understand you are beautiful, you are a divine being. You are a child of the most divine great programmer, and hence you have abilities that you have not known. This has coming into this physical third dimensional matrix. We don't come with a book. We don't come with a how-to, guys. And those that do have the knowledge, yes, I'm talking about those elitists, the ones that actually control our authorities. They understand how beautiful and divine you all are. However, they're doing their due diligence not to share that information. If you doubt what I'm saying, I gotta pause sometimes. I mean, you talk too fast. You share this information, it's coming out at a fast stream, which it is. It's a beautiful time. However, I want to make sure everybody understands what's going on. So if you doubt the information that I just presented to you, go ahead and take your dollar bill and flip that thing over. And you see that little pyramid there, that Novus Ordo Selectum, the New Order World. And then you go ahead and see that picture of the eye of Horus, the eye of truth, that's in that pyramid that's separated from the body, so to speak. So we got individuals that know what's going on at a particular time, and they want to make sure that you stay asleep as much as humanly possible. But we're going to shake all that up. This is Ptah Shakur Speaks program. Like I said, this program is designed for individuals that want to actually move and actually get introduced to the greatest version of yourself. Taking a deep breath, that's number one. What you can do is utilizing the power of breath. Breathing in to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 8. For all the people, that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Go ahead and try it out. I dare you. Not right now. I got some very, very hardcore information to go into, but in your due diligence, in your time, not on my time. This is class time, and I hope you all did your homework. So, like I said, we're going to move into some of the ideas that I have presented for you all. We're going to take it kind of freestyle today. You can go ahead and call in if you want. If not, I got plenty of comments here on the Facebook land. And like I said, the TikTok is blowing up, people. So go ahead and check me out. YouTube, Ptah Shakur. See the plethora of videos that, like I said, I already put on wax, so to speak. Speaking about what these some of the bad actors. We're going to go into some of the updates. If you can see at the bottom of the screen, the New World Order, New Earth update. What's that all about? We're going to get into it. We got to be patient. So before I begin and share what I have on my mind to share with you all, I picked only four of my favorite Facebook and TikTok posts that I'm actually going to present on this screen right here for all you all that are not on social media. I got you covered. So we're going to make sure that that information gets to you as well. But before I do that, warning! The information you hear may excite you, may depress you, may trigger you, may cause a myriad of emotions going on inside. I know. However, this is the time right now where we got to explore our belief systems and whether they're serving us or not. I'm going to stand to deliver and actually share love, light, love meaning compassion, which I'm always a part of that, sending it either directly or indirectly. Utilizing the power of your imagination, you're able to send healing frequencies across this span of the universe. But we need it here on the earth, don't we? Yes, so we do. Individuals like myself get together. We do mindfulness meditations in which we utilize the unseen portion of our power to actually conduct healing and love frequency. So that we're coming with the love, but we also coming with the light too. You know, when you see the cartoon, when somebody's sitting there thinking and that light bulb goes off in their head. Yes. So that means this information is educational. This is not really entertainment or edutainment, I guess you could call it. However, the information that's coming to you is backed by peer-reviewed science, as well as information that I've gathered in the wonderful path that I have been in actually gathering up information. So feel free to call in, number 717-846-5067, or go ahead and put a comment on there. We're going to get into all that. But, like I said, I love myself. I would never hurt myself, and I would never kill myself. I'm a happily married man, and I'm looking to actually be a pillar of my community and hence share my light with others to unconsciously cause others to do the same. And so before I get into my affirmation, which I always believe, number one, we need to go into some of these visual aids that I got. Like I said, for all those on Facebook land, you've already seen this one. So this is what's called the solfeggio frequency. Solfeggio frequencies are particular frequencies that you can use. You can go ahead on YouTube and you can Google all the different type of frequencies and what they actually assist with. So this is something really, really important. As far as removal pain, 174 hertz, influencing your energy field. If you got some discordant energy that kind of needs to get up out of there, I recommend the 285 hertz. Liberating fear, guilt, 396 hertz. Facilitating changes, which if you're looking to change, like I mentioned before, about changing some of your belief systems. Like anyone who's been spending any time around me or seen this program, I'm a big proponent of sharing that this, because of the cosmic changes, which is all foretold. It was foretold in the scripture. It was even foretold that the Mayans understood this was taking place. Hence, that's what that 2012 was kind of letting everybody know, that we were entering into a new phase in our evolution. And so, as the earth is actually have an opportunity to move up a sub-octave, in which it is, this information that you're hearing may be surprising or shocking, but please do your due diligence. I told you to get a pen and pad. This is class time. So go ahead and get your pen and pad out. What you will find out in your search, go ahead and DuckDuckGo. You don't want everything following you around on your social media pages and such. However, go to DuckDuckGo and check out what's going on with the center core of the earth. For the last 2 or 3 years or so, the center of the earth has been doing some really, really crazy, interesting things, y'all. first of all, it was slowing down in its rotation. And some scientists said there's certain points that it actually reverses its rotation. And what does that mean? That means that the center core of this here planet that you were born in, that you spent your whole entire life on, is doing some really tremendous changes right now. And as that center core of that heavenly ocean of molten metals, as that begins to... Make sure I'm still being heard. Here we go. As that begins to slow in its rotation, that has a direct effect on the electromagnetic field that is going on. And hence, you see the weather patterns has already changed. You go to Ptah Shakur there in 2019, I shared about all these different things to take place, as well as keep paying attention to what's going on in those skies, which I've already mentioned. Not just this Chinese air balloons, not just the aurora borealis, not just the eclipse that was taking place, but we also got some other little things, a little unexplainable, that's going to be popping up in a little bit as well. So make sure you want to take key understanding of that. So like I said, healing your relationship, removing toxin, all those different types of things can be accessed by utilizing the celestial frequency. We got to move on and groove on. Oh, my neck, my bracelet fell off. Hold up. Oh, we're going to go into that too. I got my crystal jewelry on. Somebody asked me a question for Ptah mailbag. But the next particular visual, did you know? Yes, I fashioned myself as an educator. Did you know that the music signature frequency was actually changed in 1953 based off the Rockefeller Foundation? And I'm going to do my due diligence to move to the side so you can go ahead and screenshot it if you like. All my TikTokers out there, tremendous support. Oh, I'm so happy I found out about TikTok. Got all my peoples out there. So the Rockefeller Foundation actually changed the standard in which all music is attuned to from a 432 to a 444 hertz. You might be saying, what does that have to do with anything? But I'm telling you that everything, and then even Nikola Tesla can attest to this. He said, if you want to understand the nature of reality, you got to look at rhythm, frequency, and vibration. And so everything in creation has a particular inherent frequency about it. So everything kind of makes a noise, makes a sound. And so how the actual music affects your physical body is doing tremendous harm, shall I say. Not only those elitists have done detrimental things. Whew, I got some updates for you. As far as with water and as far as poisoning the natural resources. And not only that, by putting the young people, put them inside of schools, put them inside of rooms that have all these corners and all these 90-degree angles. Understanding that energy always moves in the form of a torus field. Yes, you and T, you have a torus field of energy, hence that's where they get karma from. Whatever you put out will come back. Not only does energy move in the form of a torus field, it also moves in the form of a spiral as well. So what does that mean? So when you're sitting inside of your room, from kindergarten to 12th grade, and you're sitting inside of a room that is energetically dumbing you down, not to mention the fluoride in the water, which we've done that on a period of other episodes as well. But this is something you can go ahead and, it's homework time. Like I said, go ahead and Google it for yourself. I don't have all day. So, moving and grooving to the next portion is inner peace. Like I said before, like I mentioned before, that you, yes you, if you're listening at home, you are not a drop of the ocean. You are the ocean and drop. You are a tremendously powerful, beautiful being that actually can produce your own reality. If you've been doing it all your entire life, it's nothing hard. However, we've been doing it in an unintentional way. However, it's high time that we actually do that in an intentional way as we move into this age of enlightenment. Hence, if you look at this particular diagram, you have an individual, make sure I'm kind of, my bearings is off a little bit. This person right here. When you operate in fear, everything has an energy field around it, and yes, you have an energy field. I found out when I was a young man. For anybody out there that got those old rabbit ear TV sets where you used to walk up to the screen, and my father used to have me move the antenna around, because the screen was looking kind of blurry. You really couldn't make a clear picture. But when I don't know if it was one of my many superpowers, but when I was able to go and touch the actual rabbit ears, it would cause the whatever program to come on perfectly. So I learned at a very young age that you have your own electrical field. And yes, I had to stand there for a little bit too long than I wanted to. But hey, it goes with the territory. So, like I said, you have a Taurus field, and then whenever we're embedded with fear, and this brings me to some of the topic. I'm going to make a quick little tangent about what's going on that you see across the world. Some may be tricked and deceived in believing we're living in the end times. Pause. Let's take a good old deep breath, bring it in. We're going to calm everything down. So what you see what's going on macrocosmically around the world. I know you're paying attention to what's going on overseas. And let's not forget where that actually started from, too, as far as with those very questionable drone attacks that actually went into the certain area that actually kicked this off. But if anybody who's paying attention can see that it's kind of expanding outside of the realm in which we're at. So you see that. You see hurricanes hitting areas that, some areas, like such as California, one came up the coast of there last year, as well as you hear some hitting areas that are normally would get them. And you see all these different things coming on. You may feel a little bit of tightness in your chest, and then you're wondering about the election coming up. I think this is one of the scariest Halloweens, seemingly scariest Halloweens in a very, very long time is that we're approaching, because we got the election season right behind that as well. And so there's a lot of consternation. There's a lot of duality. Individuals want to get us fighting and up into a fervor. Because whenever we're constantly on a fervor or frustrating, pay attention to what's going on in the news. Clickbait, bait that's made to make us jump and made to make us kind of excite us. There's a great analogy. I should have put that on my, I got it on my Facebook page too. Wealth of information on my Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, in which it shows about the red ants and the black ants. You can put red ants and black ants into a glass jar. Everything's honky-dory. Everybody's getting along, moving around, able to go into motion and no friction. However, if you take that same glass or that same jar, of the red and black ants and you agitate it, you shake it all up, that agitating energy that goes into the ants, they will begin to attack one another and drag each other down. So we're not going to fall for that, because you can see this little parameter here. You have an individual that is operating in love. One that understands and operate out of love from knowledge. And the first love that you should bestow is a love for self. Unconditional love starts with self first. And if you understand love for self, then you got to have a little bit of understanding of why you should love yourself. Yes, you are a divine being. Like I said before, if you lay your head down, the greater portion of you go visit. You call that dreams. You call that astral traveling. You can actually do it consciously through meditation in order for you to tap into that higher self, as what we call. And so individuals that are operating in this love and light, you have individuals that are on the higher upper end of the map of consciousness, which I don't think we're going to today. We actually did a little bit of that last week. And I remind you, it's an hour-long program. We're going to stop right at an hour because we got to make sure we slide it to TikTok. Can't go over that. So, like I was saying, as far as love, as far as when you're operating and you have gratitude, be very, very grateful for what you have. Yes, we all could have more if you don't have more. And we've been taught by our captors, by those that are looking to dissuade you from who your power is. They have us focus on the aspect of constantly gathering objects. Very, very materialistic. So when you got you got 2 cars, the next thing is, I need to get 3 cars. I got some Jordans. I need a whole room full of Jordans in order for me to reach a state of being somewhat at peace with myself. So make sure you start your day off with gratitude while you're laying down. Hopefully you don't have to hop to your feet and kind of run around and go right to work or whatever particular duty that you have. Just sit around, set your alarm maybe a little bit 10 minutes before, so you can kind of lay and kind of get in that state where you kind of woke, kind of sleep, and start to utilize your imagination, the power of your imagination, to usher in a new day. What I call, you positively contaminate your next move based off of how you actually visualize your beginning of your day. Visualize what you would like to appreciate in that day. And then, of course, when you lay down at night, give enough time. Please don't watch Netflix and things like that till your eyeballs burn out and you just pass out. Kevin Hart said, No, we don't want to do that. Make sure that we're going to bed with intention, and you can start to review your day. Believe it or not, you are a true technology marvel. Everything that you pick up with all of your senses, and there's a lot picking up with these eyes. We got a lot of things to look at and everything. But when you go to sleep, you transfer all of that information to that central core of intelligence that you actually tell that to the divine portion of yourself. So you may make sure that you, just like computers as well, sometimes you gotta turn them computers off. Not just have them running all the time. You miss key updates. Sometimes you got to turn your phone off as well. You're missing key updates. So if you don't properly rest and rest your mind, then you won't get the proper updates. And we need those proper updates. The enemies of truth are doing their due diligence to make sure that we don't have that. So when you're operating in love, you have a larger field around you. People can kind of pick up when you're actually in the room. Some of you all are sensitive like that. You're picking up on things, just noticing repeating numbers. You're seeing flashes of light outside your ears. You're having ringing in your ears. What's it called? Deja vu. Even downright precognition. Some of y'all said, I knew that number was going to hit. I knew it was going to happen. Hence, these are some of the abilities and talents that we're becoming more conscious of. You always had them. This is what Jesus spoke about. Yes, I'm talking about Yeshua. Pause. Yeshua, aka Jesus, spoke about this in his time where he alluded to another time. We say, greater work shall ye do. We're ye in that time right now. So if you're pulling air right now, it's a tremendous opportunity for us to find the best version of ourselves and awake. Find yourself, be yourself, and then love yourself. You ain't gonna have no problem. So that's like I said, the Taurus field of energy that's around you, aka karma, explains all of that. And last but not least, we got Halloween coming up. So you want to do your due diligence to make sure you're home. Make sure, if you notice that this is a time where everybody just tries to scare you. Fear and blood and bones and all those type of activities is just very, very pronounced in this particular society. Like I said, I mentioned before about fear. If you can get an individual to encapsulate with fear, they become easily controllable. Notepad time. Write down kinesiology. I don't know how to spell it. Sound it out. K-I-N-sology. That is what also called muscle testing. That actually shows and proves is that you have an inherent energy about you and inside of you, and you can actually affect that with things that are detrimental to your body, particularly lies and mistruth. Lies and mistruth actually breaks down the constitution in which you're involved in, and it brings in a myriad of other diseases. Diseases, believe it or not, diseases. And the pharmaceutical companies aren't going to tell you about this one because if they're doing their job, the pharmaceutical companies should be running out of business, should be closing up shop pretty soon because all these different pills and things are so great and are able to help us in our day-to-day experiences. Then we all should be good in a little bit. Or you can understand that the pharmaceutical agencies are not on your side, and in fact, understanding how energy flows and how energy works, you have a good idea of how to keep a better health about you. So, number one, what you want to do, you want to cleanse your home. The energy that's in your home. Maybe after this time, after all the scary movies and all this other people deliberately trying to scare you, make sure you do such things as Epsom salt. Put a nice, let me check my time right here, about 24. Got looking good. You want to make sure that you, first time you move into your home, please, there's a program to check out. It's called Paranormal Caught on Camera. If you're looking for, if you doubt that this type of life and paranormal activity and these type of things exist, you either living under a rock or you choose to live under the rock. But there's a program you can check out. And go ahead and debunk it. I know with these deep fakes you can do a lot, but use your own intelligence. However, what I'm sharing with you is that what you want to do with this Epsom salt, when you move into a new home, please listen carefully. Pause for dramatic effect. So what you want to do is just take maybe 3 handfuls of Epsom salt and place it in the corner of your homes. This is a science project. Go ahead and try this one out. All my TikTokers out there. And what you do, you just put that in the corners of your home, leave it there for about 3 days. Don't do nothing, don't touch it. Because when you look at it, when you first get Epsom salt, from wherever you get it from, you don't have to get it special. You can look at it, you can see fine little reflections of light. You can see a crystalline structure. However, once you put it in those particular corners of your home and then you go to check it up again, if you can pick it up and go blow it across, it turns into like baby powder or some talc. That just shows you that it actually accumulates the negativity in that area space and actually breaks down the crystals. And you want to take that, vacuum it up, get rid of it, take it out your house. Don't just leave it in the trash can. Just get it out of your vicinity. Very, very key to keep the energy in your house flowing. There's something called feng shui that I got introduced to at a very young age as far as way you can arrange your home. Arrange the items in your home to help conduct a positive flow. Because like I mentioned before about being in that school system, your child is in the public school, not even not just public school, but in any school, and they have these 90-degree angles. When everything is moved, it's supposed to move in an energetic, in a circular, torus, or spiral type of field. And so the same idea as your home. So what feng shui speaks about is by having fresh plants, things of that nature. Open up your windows every now and then and check your corners. So this is a good time to go ahead and cleanse your energy. And once you're cleansing your house, make sure you cleanse your energy. Get yourself some sage, Palo Santo. Those are little bundle sticks. Sage comes, white sage is the most popular. And you take that and you light it with a candle, a match, whatever. And the smoke kills the bacteria in the air, brings in the positive ions. Same idea as the Palo Santo. That is a little bit more of a woodsier type of fragrance, and plus it's not, you don't have to worry about it getting kind of out of the hand. And sometimes you got carpet at home and you got this thing inflamed. You don't want those little pieces to destroy your carpet. So make sure you cleanse yourself. There's also sage and Palo Santo spray that you can actually do as well. You can just spray it on you, or you can utilize your crystals. Yes, I'll get to my crystals. I got Ptah's mailbag. I'll get to that in a moment. I know some of you are quite antsy, particularly the TikTok crowd. It can get a little bit more antsy than others. However, sage and Palo Santo sprays, Florida water, Epsom salt, those things are really good. And that also works for your body as well. Go ahead and get yourself some crystal jewelry. And while I'm on that right now, go ahead and do a little. This answers the question in my Ptah's mailbag. Someone asked the question as far as what crystals do I particularly utilize. Like I say, I always wear these guys. Let me get kind of close to you all. Let me get close and comfortable with you all. These items I got here, these are my crystal bracelet. These is black obsidian. The brown one there is tiger's eye, which is good for protection. The black one is obsidian, which is good for protection. And then I also got my green adventurine. Oh, it's supposed to be green. It's funny. The green screen kind of throws it off. That's interesting. Then, of course, on the other arm, I have my obsidian and tiger's eye. But in my little bag, this is what I carry with me. This is one of my prized items here. This is my, it's kind of jacked up. I can actually utilize this as a pendulum. This is my, if you get a good look at that, maybe kind of turn around. Would you imagine, this is what's called a Merkaba. Yeah, there we go, kind of spinning. This might not make for good TV, but I want to make sure I answer everybody's question for my TikTokers out there. So if you imagine the Star of David, as they call it, a three-dimensional Star of David, it'd become a what's called a Merkaba. And Merkaba is what is used for, people see orbs and things. It is a traveling vehicle, shall I say. And then I also have, this is my very first obsidian. Next time I'll have like a little display. Obsidian crystal. It's all black crystal. It's very, very good for removing any type of negative energy. And this is my trolleolite. It's done in a pyramid shape. It's a pyramid trolleolite. This is really good for anybody who's interested in astral traveling. A lot of people on my TikTok and send me questions about that movie. I think Insidious, where the boy had astral travel and got caught up into some type of stuff. So that is really good for whenever you do go into the dream state and you want to return, you want to kind of remember what took place and what happened. That is a great crystal to utilize. And then I got my selenite. I don't utilize this much. I actually just got this. This is a very, very high frequency crystal. And then of course I always wear my particular necklace here. This one I got on is the Seed of Life. And this is a healing crystal. And then on the other end, this is the Metronon's Cube, which is all of the platonic solids that is actually smushed into one very, very high frequency. So those are the particular crystals that I use. But you can pick out any type of crystals, particularly ones that are protection based. Like I said, tiger's eye, obsidian, amethyst is a popular one. There's rose quartz. There's quartz that actually help with intuition. So what I'm looking for, moonstone is another great crystal to utilize as well. So like I said, you want to make sure you cleanse your home, cleanse your particular energy, meditate daily or at least 3 times a week. I know we got TikTok and we always want to make sure that we got to binge watch this new Netflix going on. But if you just spend 5 minutes a day just closing your eyes in the middle of the day, because like I was saying on a previous occasion, when you close your physical eye, there's tremendous energy that decides your senses, okay, well, that's a rest on us. So your other sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of hearing activates as well. And you become to be more focused inside yourself, which is really, really key. If you want to access the God divine inside, which is we have that opportunity to, it's very, very important to go into that meditation. Now you're going to have some resistance. Ooh, Lord, you're going to have resistance. You're going to have, hey, 5 minutes, it's my meditation time. You can go ahead and put it on your calendar. Tell your children, don't interrupt me. Mommy's having her meditation time. You can go set all those parameters. You go ahead and you sit down. It's okay, 5 minutes and go. I'm just going to visualize nothing. There's a Kung Fu Panda movie that's out that's really, really cool. It kind of speaks to that as well. I'm actually going to work and actually get some clips and show you some clips of it. So they asked the Kung Fu, I think it's Po, to go ahead and meditate. So he was underneath of the tree, and it just is a great demonstration as far as how our minds get us so focused on food, focused on, oh my God, I'm meditating. Like so many things that are going on in our mind. But we have to constantly look at our mind. Because like I've said on a numerous occasion, you're not just one singular being. You're actually 2 beings smushed into one. You have your mind consciousness, which has done a myriad of things to help you. If you think you're breathing, you're not. Your body is breathing for you. If you think you're digesting your food, you're not. Your body is digesting. This is part of the technology in which you are in. And so, hence, we can get in a rut where our body consciousness, aka our mind, is actually providing everything that we need, because we run things, sometimes we're running through things through a heart chakra, you could be uncertain. But at this key point in time, it's important to let your body know who's really in control. It's what's called mind over matter. So if you can sit down and make yourself sit down, just for 5, you can sit down and play around your phone if you want to. Just the mere fact that you made yourself, put yourself in a little timeout. You're working towards something. But what we want to do, we want to have full control of our meditative processes and powers. And so we want to spend this 5 minutes. Breathing is a really, really important thing. If you close your eyes and do the breathing that I've shared as far as a 4-4-8, you'll be able to access that divine. You can actually feel your the greater part of you, your calmness start to take over. And this is another practice you would do it even in your workplace. You're dealing with that very, very cantankerous coworker. you're dealing with some individuals that that kind of seem to always push your buttons, go ahead and take a deep breath, first of all, and then once you take that deep breath, blow out with your mouth, just that one time. Everything else is in your nose, out your nose. Nose is for breathing, mouth is for eating. And then you'll start to have a more calmer perspective of that individual. Do it with your children. There's nothing weak about that. There's nothing weak about saying counting to 10. We used to teach that to them. It used to be there was information that was shared constantly, but tell somebody to take a moment, gather themselves, take a deep breath, and then reanalyze what's going on. And then you have another different perspective, a more calmer perspective. And you might see that person outside of you as a portion of you, another child, a divine child of love light. So you know how to operate with that individual a little bit better. So have morning meeting with yourself before you before you go start your day, or like I said, even on that bed before you shut it down. Pray for clearing. Ask for your archangels. The angels do exist. Make sure that you get out and move your body around. You want to exercise. You want to get your blood pumping and things of that nature. And that is something that is really, really good to help open up new doors or new parameters. If you find yourself in a rut, I tell people, go take a walk. Motion begets motion. Stagnation begets stagnation. So if you're feeling the lower end of depression, in which we went over last time I was here, I don't think it was last week. I've been relaxing, y'all. And so the map of consciousness, it kind of goes through how you can go from depression up through anger. Yes, it's better to be angry than sad. And then you can move up to a neutrality. It is what it isness, I guess you would say. And then you move into more things such as reason. Oh, it's high time to start utilizing this right here, this noodle. Utilizing for reason, and you can move into love, joy, and then the upper echelon of frequency. And then you can see how you actually manifest with your life and how you've already, even in your lower states, you manifested things. Yes, if you're that person, you say, I want to get a new car, and I want a new car because the car I got is a piece of trash, the radio don't work, the window don't run down, da-da-da-da-da-da. The more you focus on what you don't want, the more that you bring that don't wantedness into your life. So we want to do things in a conscious manner and focus on what we want. So I think that's the last one that I had there is my for Halloween. Make sure that you are cleansing your home after the fact. Oh, hello. Make sure you're cleansing your home. So, like I said, I'm kind of moving to another portion. This is the Ptah's mailbag portion where people, you that's listening at home, if you can hear the sound of my voice, you can go ahead on Ptah Shakur at Gmail and present any question that you have available. Like I said in the very, very beginning, if you did miss that, I am a educator. An individual has spent their life, and this goes into the first question, so I wanted to know a little bit about who am I? What gives me the right to stand up here, or sit up here, shall I say, in this beautiful ambiance, and share the information that I'm sharing is that I've always wanted to see a program like this, to be quite honest. However, that has not taken place, and so I figured let me go ahead and just try it out, and I know I get tremendous feedback through other individuals. Just this past week, just was tremendous. Shout out to all my truth seekers out there. Like I said, all those on the upper level that understand that they are the divine presence in action, and make sure they do their due diligence to shine their light to help enhance the consciousness of the human family at this key junction in time. And everybody else, I think majority of people were in that center kind of level there, where you're starting to now question the things that are being presented by the authorities. You're starting to question some of these pharmaceutical exploits, as well as some of the political affiliations. More and more corruption is being exposed to show that there's things being hidden from us. And so you're starting to utilize that noodle, like I said. Utilize what's between your two ears. Utilize the temple of God in order to ascertain or discern what is taking place at this particular time. If so, I'm your man. So go ahead and send any questions you have, and I'll do my due diligence to share the wisdom that I've received with that. Now, if you're on the slow bus, you might have already just changed the channel, And trust me, I've had myriad interactions with everybody on all three of those levels. That's fine. There's something for everyone, shall I say. Those that don't, like I said, new heaven and new earth. There is a new earth that is being formed right now. This is written about in all the scriptures and the scrolls. So if you want to move into that new earth, it's going to require some adaptation, some changes that, yes, you going to have to do. And you may have already started experiencing. You may find that your taste buds are starting to change. You no longer, you want to move into some sea moss. You want to move into some more life-giving foods such as salads and fruits and things of that nature. You're getting away from all them pork rinds and all them saturated fats. You're starting to look at the ingredients and seeing, not noticing all those. This object has biochemically engineered product. What is all that? What is these things going on? And so, if you're that way and you're waking up and you have a great chance to moving into this new earth. You take one step towards it, it takes 7 steps towards you. But if you're caught up in your belief systems, won't allow you to change the foods that you eat, the behaviors that the way that you respond to certain things. You're so full of pride, which is on the map of consciousness. Go ahead and peep where that one is. And so there's something that's going to be set up for you all. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. I did say update. Little sneak peek for all those that were looking to stay with your authorities that have since done a terrible job of bringing positivity in this world, or shall I say, have done an excellent job bringing discorded energy and problems to this world. If you want to continue going on that particular path, that's fine. This is what you'll find. You'll find that you will be in a very small, confined area, and everything will be digitized. Yes, they're doing their due diligence to make sure that they take human consciousness and map it to the degree that they can translate it digitally. Then they also, on the back end, have things that are non-organic, robots and cyborgs and things of that nature. And they're trying to do their due diligence to make those more human-like in their expression, utilizing this AI capacity. So those that want to go ahead and stay on the slow bus, you'll have something. You'll have some more of your personal freedoms removed. Why do we love the devil? We love the devil because he gives us nothing, and nothing is plenty for us. So if you adhere to that, maybe not with your mouth, but even with your behavior, you adhere to that, you're going to experience some of that. Best believe we're all headed to the end of the Candyland Express. It's all about how fast do you want to get there. You want to get on the shortcake slide, or you just want to go ahead and just sit and just go around the bus, and hey, that's fine. You can do that if you want to. So, like I said, I'm a person born and raised in Pennsylvania. Had the opportunity to sit at the feet of very wise individuals. Always since a teenage look to accumulate knowledge and wisdom. I realized with knowledge, wisdom, and truth. And I learned very early on that truth is being withheld. And I am an insider. I break quite a bit of information that the federal government and individuals such as, let me take it off of me because I love myself, never hurt myself, never kill myself. Let me mention somebody about Dr. Stephen Greer. Let's talk about Dr. Stephen Greer, who is on the front of bringing litigation and legislation to the Congress as far as moving into certain buildings like Lockheed Skunk Works. And if anybody works in these Lockheed Skunk Works and these military installations, we would need more and more whistleblowers. We need more and more leakers of information. I know you believe that you're actually backing the Constitution and actually are being your military duty of upholding the statutes of the United States of America. However, being greatly deceived by all these black budget programs that's taking place. And I got some somber stuff I'll probably go into. I just go ahead and jump into it right now. Just kind of pull the Band-Aid off. So those that are on the upper echelon of society, they do exert pressure over our elected officials. It happens. If you are an individual who believes that the president, whoever you vote or don't vote in, November, and then eventually coming in January if we do have an election. If you think that that individual is the all-knowing, all-seeing arm of the United States government, I have a hearty laugh for you. In fact, that is not so. In fact, there is a shadow government that has actually been operating since the 1950s, and hence the only reason why individuals like Stephen Greer, not me of course, Stephen Greer coming out with that information is because that their end is nigh. And so this is a great time to be alive. Put a smile on your face if you are an individual that are looking to escape out of this three-dimensional matrix and all this authoritative control. And the end game is close, y'all. We really got to start paying attention. And so these individuals, these elitists are accelerating the catalyst. They understand that the earth is actually moving into a certain stage. And so, yes, they got their foot on the metal. They have not stopped. They may have slowed it down. They have not stopped burning the fossil fuels and burning of the forest areas and pollution of the water like in Flint, Michigan. What they're trying to do, I would never hurt myself, now I love myself and never kill myself. Gotta say that again. What they're trying to do is they're trying to accelerate the new coming ice age. They know that as the earth deals with ebbs and flows, they know that there is a ebb coming. And so what they choose to do at this particular time is kind of speed that up and hence put everybody in the form of a fear-based society. Meanwhile, and peep this. Go ahead, and there's a wonderful documentary on YouTube called Above Majestic. If it's still on there, I'm surprised it was even on there. But if you go into that, and this is a key fact, that $17 trillion of the Federal Reserve monies was missing in 2000 something. Where did that money go? That money has gone to do tremendous projects burrowing underground. So there's been throughout the United States and in other places through the Cheyenne Mountains, underneath Denver International Airport, all through mostly in I ain't gonna say mostly, but I know about the ones in the Four Corners. But there's plenty of lot of digging, a lot of moving of rocks, a lot of cavern, very large cavernous structures are being produced. Has been being produced in the last 15 years. And so what they, like I said, what they're trying to do is trying to bring in this new ice age so that we can kind of help take care of this population concerns that we got going on. Believe it or not, the planet is not fit to hold as many individuals on this planet. So they have difficult decisions. We don't call people evil out here. We have full understanding of some of these bad actors and what they have faced on their plate. And one thing they're faced on their plate is there's too many people. And so as you can start to activate some of these things, and some of them are government activated, you can understand HARP and a myriad of other patents that have been shown that as far as weather modification and things of that nature, that is a true thing. Go ahead and check that out. Like I said, it's homework time. And so these individuals are trying to do that so we can move in. So they're making our homes for us underground right now. Now mind you, it's going to take a little while for this to come about, but this is for those that want to stay on the slow bus and not get full of what's the word I just learned? Indignation. It's time to get indignant, y'all. So go ahead and pause on that. So somebody asked the question, why the beard? Tiki-top. Love the questions. Well, to be honest with you, a lot of people see the beard and they think that I'm Muslim. So you hit me with the assalamu alaikum, I will hit you with the wa alaikum salam. However, I'm not a religious individual. I do not subscribe to any particular religion. I believe that the different religions all have certain things to be understood and taken away from, and there's certain things to abstain from, and so hence I bring knowledge and information concerning that. However, for the beard is my homage. Check out the vocabulary. My homage to the creators of humanity and humankind, which are called the Anunnaki. Anunnaki, if you look at the epics of Gilgamesh, even stories, even over in India, some of the Mahabharata, even in Native America, even in England, as far as to talk about the, I can't remember the name, the Ericadana. Basically, it speaks about individuals coming from another source. Go ahead and bring your Bible out. This is in the Bible as well. It speaks about the sons of God met the daughters of man, and so with a series of procreation and experiments, that is the version of humanity that we have today. That's why they have the missing link. They've did different genetical experiments to make a version of humanoids. That's why you have the Cro-Magnon man, and then you had a Homo sapien and a Homo erectus, but you don't find a merger between the Homo. You never find a split, a half of Homo erectus, half Homo sapien. These were all different plans, and at each portion of time when these individuals were produced, the best way to kind of erase humanity, and the big etch a sketch, all it takes is a nice little comic and things of the nature. And there's every single culture speaks about a great flood story, which kind of eradicates. Okay, then we start again. So with the Anunnaki initiated there, they were tall individuals, and they're called the Watchers. They came down and they merged their DNA with and this is very, very important. Most people either go to the side of Darwinism or intelligent design. I'm sharing that it's both. The version that we are is both. That there was a hominid that evolved naturally from this planet. And so we are a mutated version off of that. So yes, the monkeys are in a way a cousin or some type of relative. And also the Yetis and the Bigfoots and all of the other type of Native Americans got a whole bunch of different names for them. Yes, they are your family members. Out here to listen and learn. Peace, God. I got individuals pumping out. Like, if you got any questions, go ahead and put it there in the comments section. I'm not going to take too many phone calls on the call-in show, but I'm going to follow on. So, like I said, that's the Anunnaki. They were the ones who were responsible for us being here on this particular plane. And it's different things I can kind of go into a little bit more. If somebody's interested, go ahead and send it. If not interested, I'll move on to something else. I already did the crystals that I own. Already went into that a little bit. Skinwalker Wrench. Can you tell me about Atlantis? All right, yeah. Atlantis goes very, very closely with the idea of the Anunnaki, and I'll speed this up. So the Anunnaki actually came, like I said, they needed individuals because their particular planet that they operated on was needing tremendous amounts of gold. Found out gold is an excellent filtration of air because something was going on in their particular planet where the air was poisoned. And so with gold was able to stabilize that. So they would put a search out throughout the cosmos as far as what areas had the tremendous amount of gold in. So Earth was one of them, and so that's why they came here. And hence created us, human beings, to be somewhat of a slave race. That's why we have an insatiable desire for gold. We need gold, go. And so one of that's how we kind of got evolved. And so then you had different reactions to this new being called humanity. Some wanted to keep us in a slave-like experience, and then the others wanted to be us free and kind of seen us as children. Great discord came about, and they just said, okay, shut this thing down. Let's go ahead and bring this thing on back. And so the Anunnaki left, sent a wave, sent a comet, hit the water, eradicated everything. But some of us survived, and as they came back another period of time, because they always come back, they realized that some of the humanity has survived, and they started to evolve and grow. So then some individuals, which is described as our creator, Enki, or savior, so to speak, actually took a portion of the individuals and they moved them to a whole nother area, a free area, right off the coast of Africa was where the crust, now Atlantis was all over, even he reached into the Grand Canyon. Go ahead and check that one out. So it really expanded all around the world, but it's really kind of encapsulated right off the coast of Africa there. That's where the 12 families were through Jehudi, Thoth, and all those information, that information was presented to humanity. And it was a great civilization that came about from that. Everything was balanced and things of that nature. So Yeah, Enki and Lil. Yeah. So more and more people are starting to become present. Like I said, this is freedom time. This is the information. This is time for us to kind of wake up. Let me see when I got. Make sure I do my due diligence on the time. So I got about 5 more minutes. So I just want to make mention that this is a live call-in show. You can feel free to call in. Like I said, not right now, but we're going to, for next Monday, I would do, most likely I'll be here doing the show. I got other different speaking events that I'll be doing, but I don't think I have anything for next Wednesday. So next Monday. I'll also be on the Hour of Power this upcoming Wednesday, 8 p.m. Same bad time, same bad channel. And then next Monday, I'll continue with this particular... so the individual, send me, what's it? I don't want to jack your name. Anu Shara. Go ahead and send me a Facebook request, and I'll go into that with tremendous detail, including the individuals before we were fashioned to be that role. There was another being, there was other experiments of trying to create humanity, what they call the Cyclopses. It was a lot of different things. And believe it or not, in Adam and Eve, that's what that kind of speaks to. And before there was Eve, there was Lilith. It was Adam and Lilith. The Anunnaki tried to create a civilization with Adam and Lilith. That didn't take place, so then they decided to do Adam and Eve. And then we'll go into as far as that snake that came into the creation and actually talked about the tree of heaven, tree of knowledge. What was that all about? We're going into all of that at another time. So sorry if you popped in. So make sure you check in for next Monday. I'll go into it. This is why I'm here, is to help be individual to share love and light at this key portion of time. And then the last question I got on there, getting real quick, somebody asked me about Skinwalker Ranch. Go ahead and check out Skinwalker Ranch. I tell people there's only 2 places in the United States you won't find me. You won't find me near Denver International Airport. Google that one. As well as Skinwalker Ranch. That is the hub of high strangeness. That is, the scientists are actually detecting portals about 20 feet off the ground. Tremendous scientifically backed information. This ain't no information out of the tabloids or the Star magazine and things of that nature. So, with that, I'll go ahead and close this particular portion out. I ask everybody, this is my plea towards humanity. Find your heaven on earth. I promise you, when you find your heaven on earth, you either, you're looking to change your life around, and the individuals in your home, they're still eating them pork fried ribs, and they still listening to Desperate Housewives and filling their minds full of pork and filth. If you want to move outside of that, reach out Ptah Shakur. We got a village of individuals we'd love to get you in contact with. So if you get in contact with the God Divine within, I promise you, if you find that peace of mind, I promise you, get in contact with the God Divine within. Yes, you are that divine God spark is in the center of your chest. You are, like I said, now you're not a drop of the ocean, you're an ocean in a drop. So when you understand that, let's do our due diligence to shed love and light to other individuals in our periphery. And let's do what we do to make sure that we evolve with the planet right now. This is Ptah Shakur. Love and light to you all.